Don't get strawberry.
Hey guys, welcome to Wild Hope Homestead. Well, it stopped raining for now, so seeing as yesterday I got more planters and strawberry plants and things, I'm going to get those done. The 5 strawberry plants that we've already got in here that I did a couple of weeks ago, those are Camarosa, the variety, which is one that's been around for quite a while. It seems to do pretty well and it's quite popular. We went into 2 different Mitre 10s yesterday and they were sold out. So the variety we've got for the rest of them is Monterey. They had a couple of other varieties too. The reason I chose this one is because it has high resistance to most strawberry disease. That's the sole reason I chose this one over the other ones, because we live in a humid place and strawberries do tend to struggle with disease, especially when they're down low on the ground. That's another reason why I wanted to do them in planters, because they've got a lot of airflow, so that should help. Otherwise it's a struggle to keep them healthy. I got 3 more of these planters, so I'm just going to pull the labels off, but I thought I'd show you guys. This is what they're called. Jack Garden Up Classic Planter. This is the 495mm or 14.5 centimetre ones. They do have ones that were, I think, like a herb planter, which was a bit smaller. It was about that long maybe, but also shallower and not as wide, so they were quite small really, so you'd only really want really small growing plants in those that don't need much root space. And these are from Bunnings. There's some white mouldy looking stuff in this potting mix, which if you didn't know better you might think, ooh, that's gross, and throw it out or into the garden. But this is actually mycelium, which is actually I'm really stoked about. It's the best thing for getting plants started, especially when they're in a container situation like this and they can't get so many microorganisms naturally coming in from the soil. This is going to be great for making connections with the plant roots and helping the plants to take up nutrients and thrive. So yes, it is fungus, but it's good fungus. Really good to have that in there. This one here is going to go up on the bottom rail beside my lettuce seeds that I've got here. I'm planning to use these 2 for greens. I'm actually going to put some of the coriander in here. These 2 are going to go on the top rail and have the strawberries in them. Okay, I'm going to take these labels out.
Why?
Well, because we don't need them.
Labels.
Do you want to be the label collector? Okay. Hopefully we can fit 3 in here alright. May have got too much potting mix in to start with. Got some good roots in here. Make a hole.
Make a hole.
Let's get a bit of moss. I don't really want the moss.
Moss.
Okay.
There we go.
Make sure I don't bury him too deep. Sit him up high.
Don't hold the plants because I think they'll die. If you hold the plants really tight, then they'll die.
Yeah, you gotta be gentle, don't you?
Yeah. Just like that. Don't get strawberry.
Maybe you can stick the pots.
I'll put the labels here for you.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, welcome.
It's planted a little bit low. And you want the crown sitting up on top. That will go down a bit when I water them. But
Are you putting all the strawberries in?
yes. With strawberries, you want the crown, or like the bit where there are brown papery bits around here, you want that to be sitting on the top of the soil. So this one, the potting mix was coming up a bit high on the plant, just from being potted a bit too deeply in the process. So I'm just scraping off some of the potting mix. I may put some kind of mulch on them, but I'm not quite sure what, because there's not that much space. But I'm just trying to do it so that the crown's high enough near the top of the trough. This one, the water, when I water them, the level will go down a little bit. So this is just loose potting mix sitting there at the moment.
Can I have another pot?
Oh, hold on. Let me get this one.
I thought you did 3.
I am going to do 3. I was just getting that one ready. Now this variety is supposed to be a bit more vigorous, that's the only trouble, so they are maybe not the best for having 3 in these small troughs, but we're going to see how they go. This one's planted a bit deeply, so the other side of the potting mix is coming up way past the crown's down here. So I'm just going to scrape some of that off on this side.
What are you doing?
I'm just scraping off a little bit of the potting mix at the top because it was too high. Okay, and he's going to go there. And that needs more potting mix.
Here you go, strawberry plants. Some of them have got flowers.
They have.
This one has got flowers, but almost these ones have got flowers.
Yeah.
Almost they've popped up. But this one is popped up.
Is there one?
It's a big bit windy.
It is a bit windy today, but at least it's not raining, that's the main thing. Not at the moment anyway. Right, these are going to go.
Up boy.
So high.
Think that's enough. No.
Bye bye. I've got 3 strawberry plants left because it was by 5 for 15, and so I needed 7. So Angus and I decided to just get 10, and we'll plant the extra 3 in another planter when I find one that can just sit on the deck. Now I'm going to get some coriander planted. These need a good water. They're getting a little bit dry in this wind. I'm having to keep a good eye on the seedlings at the moment because there's been so much wind. It's just drying everything out. Actually, they're not too bad. Whoa. Uh-oh. They are stuck together though. Where? Oh dear. This wind is not ideal, actually. I think we can fit 5 of these in here. I do want some in the garden, but at this size they'll get eaten by slugs and snails, so I want to keep them safe up here. Let go of your friends. Okay. Yeah, we could put 5 in here. Hopefully it's going to be bursting with coriander. I haven't had a lot of success with coriander in the garden because either it gets eaten when it's too small. It does better if it's sowed straight into where it's growing actually, but I can't do that in the garden because they'll get eaten by slugs and snails. And then if you leave them for too long, this is a good size for planting out when they're still quite small. If you leave them for too long, they just bolt and go to seed when you plant them because of the stress and change in environment. And they like things a little bit more shady, and they like things moist. So if they dry out too much, they're not happy. If they're getting too much sun, they're not happy. Hopefully in here they'll be happy. I found this hanging planter in my shed, so it's not the nicest looking thing, but I thought that would actually be really good for strawberries. I found a hook that was hanging up on this beam up here, and so I've just moved that to up in the corner by the other strawberries, so I think that should work out nicely. And then they can hang over the sides. It just needs a little bit of cleaning up and to be filled with potting mix. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to have one of those coconut liners in here. I'm pretty sure it didn't have one originally, but it has got some fairly big holes in here, which I'm a bit worried that the potting mix might just kind of come out a bit too much. I haven't used it for quite a while, so I can't remember what it was like. I think I might just try lining it with some barley straw and then the potting mix and see if that helps. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but that could work, right? I mean, it'll definitely stop most of the potting mix from coming out of the holes, I think, until it starts to decompose. I think the main problem could be if there are any barley seeds in here that sprout, but yeah, we'll try that and see how that goes. You need to come this way a little bit. One here and one here. Okay. Look at you, you're having a lawnmower ride. Is that just the racing mower now? Seatbelt. I want to fill it nice and high with potting mix, because the potting mix will always settle a little bit after you water it. As the air pockets get filled in. Okay, I think I better hang this before I water it, otherwise it's going to get really heavy. Bye! Alright, here we go.
Car wash time.
Is it up for the rain?
Car wash.
Okay.
Papa, grab it. For a car wash. It can be a little catcher. Yep.
This is so cool. I'm so excited about all these planters. I don't know why. I mean, it's not like I haven't got a lot of space in the garden for veggies and things to grow, but there's just something exciting about having all these edible plants, especially strawberries, right here on the deck. And it's just, I don't know, it's making it feel a bit more enclosed and private and cozy as well. So I am stoked with this, and I hope they grow well. And you guys will get to see how they go as we go along. I'm getting thoroughly distracted from planting the potatoes because this is more exciting to me, but I do really need to get some potatoes planted while the weather's cooperating. I'm really glad we did not do town errands today because we'd be missing this warm sunny weather where we're really enjoying ourselves outside. Here's my bag of seed potatoes, some of which are desperately waiting to be planted. We've got some pretty long shoots in there, but they are thick, strong looking ones, so that's good. Okay, let's try and get these into the ground.
When you're chomping the broccoli, never do it with the loose teeth.
Did your tooth come out?
No, it got more loose.
Another one. We got half the row of potatoes planted that was cleared for them. I think I've got 5 seed potatoes left that I can put somewhere else, and we've got a bunch of store-bought potatoes that are sprouting that I'd like to plant too when we get more space. It's just started raining now and I have to cook dinner anyway, so I was just going to go put a little bit more mulch on the row. We found these 5 little potatoes that were growing in there, which is a nice bonus. They're not very big, but we can eat those, so that'll be nice, having some few early potatoes from the volunteer plant.